Welcome back to another episode of Daily Wrap-Up Crew. No booker, but I go by the name of Eli. As always, we got Jeuu with us.
Oh shit, that's a switcheroo. What it do is your boy Jeuu. I'm here with my crew. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok too. Subscribe on that YouTube, hit that like and follow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Last but not least, we got Ace with us.
Yeah, you know who it is, Ace the GOAT. I ain't a teacher, but you might want to take notes. You heard? Ace the GOAT 24.
Okay, all right, that's fair. We got some special guests in the building. Ladies, let them know where they can follow you at.
My name is Jess. You can follow me at Purple Matter, PurpleMaterr on Instagram.
Okay, and my name is Cam, and you can follow me at Miss K Jane. That's MS_KJOHNE.
All right.
My name is T, and you can follow me at NowThisPod, NowThispod.
Okay, we got spelling champ queens.
Word. All right. Get into my first topic. It says, can you be pro-black and date outside your race?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
It's just not. It's not going to be fair. for your
Why
partner.
you think it's not going to be fair?
So, say if my partner is of, he's Caucasian or white or Indian, whatever.
Mhm.
You got to be fair. I can't just make my race the race that's going to be above everybody else's in the household. Everybody needs to be on one accord. So it's just about love at that point. We got to leave the race out of it. So you can't be pro-black. It's just not fair.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
What about Keem? Is the only one that he seems to disagree on this one. Like, let's hear what you got to say.
He's the only one.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I feel like you could be pro-black and date outside your race.
How?
What you mean?
Right.
That's not fair.
I
Yeah,
just asked
it-
you how.
How? If it doesn't have to be fair to be possible.
No.
Was it a possibility? Oh, okay.
Well, it
Yeah.
depends on how you define pro-black.
How do you define it then?
Well, I mean, I did look up a definition.
As you should.
And exactly. I like to be prepared. And the most comprehensive definition that I could find mentions
Preparation.
keeping your resources within your community and also increasing the Black population around the world. And if you are in an interracial relationship, just by that definition alone, you cannot be pro-Black.
Why not?
So it's like,
So if you're in an interracial relationship but you live in a community, your resources is going in that black community, isn't it?
it's not. But if you
What?
He skipped over the most important
Yeah,
part.
you meant.
is procreating.
Yeah.
Right.
If I
Within-
have a child with a white person, that child is black.
They are
No.
mixed race.
Almost.
But
They
they're
are
mixed
not
race.
Black. They are mixed race.
You can't just put preferences over your own race. No,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
not how it works.
I mean, they're black, but they're also white.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And you have to let them love each side because that's when mixed kids get confused a lot because of that. Because a lot. Oh,
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
no, I'm
You
just
said
saying,
mixed kids get
confused
my fault.
with that
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot because in a proper home you're supposed to teach them how to love both sides. It's not you're black. Let's only talk about the black
Yes.
side, or we're
Mhm.
we're going with the white side. So let's pretend let's go with the white side only. No, you love each side equally. That's just
Yeah.
what it is.
I
And then,
think-
Right.
oh, sorry. I was going to say,
Go ahead.
depending on the child, they might want to pass for the other race and
Yeah.
not claim the Black race. So
Yeah, it all
Which
depends in
happens a
school.
lot.
Yeah.
with passing,
Yeah.
like
Right.
the movie.
Yeah,
In
that-
school, they
that's
have to
a-
pick one. That's
yeah,
why they
it's
get
either
confused.
or.
In school, it's like you're going to be with the
Look,
black
you
kids,
don't
you're going to be with the
like
white
this.
kids.
I think what I want to say real quick
Yeah.
is I think inherently people get triggered by hearing that they're not pro-black. I feel like everybody's here it's going to sound away, but I don't feel like none of us is pro-black. I think pro-black and proud to be black is two different things. Because if we was all pro-black, we will only buy from black-owned businesses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we will only support only black-owned. So I think people get that confused. Like, we
Yes.
all proud to be black, but we not necessarily pro-black by definition, like, because it's a lifestyle. Like, you get what I'm saying? So just by definition, our phones right now will make us not pro-black because it wasn't black, like, owned. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I
That
think when
goes
people
back-
hear, when you say, oh, I'm pro-black, they get triggered, and it sounds like a negative thing as a black person not to be pro-black, but like I said, it's two different things: to be proud to be black and to be pro-black.
Yes.
And by definition, when you pro of something, that's the most extreme. Like, you get what I'm saying? You can't be pro-life but still believe in abortions. Like, you know what I mean? It don't even that doesn't make sense. So you get what I'm saying? So when you say like, oh, it can still happen, I'm like, no, it can't happen. Like, you know what I mean? So
No, but when I think of the prefix pro, I
Mhm.
think of progression
right.
and just progressing within our race. So, for example, I'm going to use Kanye West as an example. he had kids with an Armenian woman. So now if he's to die and leave his estate, his legacy, to his wife, his kids. I mean, I know they're divorcing now, but whatever.
It would still probably go to them.
Yeah, it was still. So now that black dollar, that resource has become an Armenian dollar.
Right.
So, that's like the most important part of it.
Yeah. That makes sense. What you gotta say? You just gonna keep saying no?
I still stick with what I'm saying, man. I ain't gonna let you
10 toes.
Yeah.
Stand on your opinion.
All right, Arthur, you can play that first clip for me?
I also want to add that I feel like the victim mentality is also taught to us because as Black women, we're taught survival mode. Like, we're not taught how to maneuver in relationships with a man. We're taught to maneuver in relationships without. So that instantly makes you have that victim mentality. Like, I'm surviving. I'm a victim. So that is something that is taught to me. I know, like, as a kid, I had a father, but he taught me how to survive without a man. He didn't teach me how to be with a man. He taught me how to go without. So that was another mentality that I was in, like, oh, I'm a strong, independent Black woman. I don't need a man. I went through that phase too because it was taught to me. It was all about survival. But no one taught me how to be with a man. So I feel like Black women collectively, this is something that we struggle with, and it creates a victim mentality. And
All right, so what do y'all think about that clip right there?
I feel sorry for the sister because she talked about how her father taught her how to be independent. Your mom is supposed to show you how to be with a man. Your father is supposed to show you how, well, speaking for myself, how to know your worth and what you deserve. So that's why it's hard being from different communities and not having a mother and a father in the home because of things like this. And then you pick up that victim mentality off of what you were taught. So her dad probably taught her a little wrong, or she misinterpreted what he said. Because a father figure, uncle figure, any man in your family is supposed to teach you how to know your worth as a woman and respect yourself. Your mother is supposed to show you you need this because of what she does for your father.
And I get what you're saying, but the word you keep using is like she talking about a relationship. Knowing your worth, that's not knowing how to maneuver in a relationship. Like,
or how to treat a man.
Like, or how to treat a man.
And that's why I say her mother, from what she see her mother do for her father, is how she's supposed to learn. I do this for your father. This is how I support him. And this is why I support him, because look how he treats me. And when you grow up in a two-family home, either if it's grandparents or mother, father, whatever, you see these things happen. You pay attention. But if you don't and your parents are separated and you have to go over there with your father, yeah, he's going to teach you certain things, but she's supposed to take certain things from that. And I think she took whatever. I don't know. I can't really speak on her, but from what she sound like, he was probably trying to show her stuff and it just made her more independent. And that's how she picked up the victim mentality. Because I think that's the whole overall of the clip is that victim mentality. But you have to learn and watch your parents. But if you come from inner city communities, you don't really come from a two-family home. That's not really something. I grew up in the I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. That really wasn't what we were around. That wasn't my community. There's a lot of single mothers picking up the groceries. You understand? Wasn't no uncles around. They were in jail with selling drugs. So it's all how you grow up in that two-family household. Your mother's gonna show you, this is what I do for your father. His laundry is done. I pay the bills. You understand? It's his money, but I pay the bills.
Realistically speaking, what you saying that there's not two-family homes. What do you think that these mothers? Well, yeah, not too many. What do you think these mothers are now teaching their daughters rather than, because they don't have the man there, so now this message is misconstrued to, mostly men ain't shit mentality.
And I don't need a man for nothing.
And that's where she got that independent mentality from. There's no way. So I don't want to say she's full of shit. Excuse me, can I curse?
I mean, yeah, you can.
I don't want to say that, but
no,
I don't want to say that because
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
I just want to be careful to not call that a victim mentality because there's a lot of things that she also mentioned within the Black community, especially in the Black male community at play here, that we just can't ignore.
Speak on it.
Like the prison pipeline, the mass incarceration, the murder rate amongst Black males. We can spend a decade talking about all the issues that plague the Black community. So I think it's more so like a protection thing. It's like, you know, a lot of Black women have to be conditioned to grow up without a man or to be alone as a way to protect them, saying, okay, in my absence as your parent, as your guardian, I have to know that you'll be able to take care of yourself, because based on the things that plague our community, we don't have any reasonable expectation to believe that you're going to possibly find a mate that can build that solid foundation for you. So I don't think it's a victim mentality. I mean, obviously the fallout of that would be for women to have this hyper independence, which we do have in the Black female community, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing all the time, because it's necessary.
I mean, it's
in a
great
lot
when
of
you're by
cases.
yourself. It's not great in a relationship.
Everything
not-
is about balance.
Oh,
Right.
You gotta,
But
you gotta
there's
give
no
and
way
take.
your
You gotta-
independence. It's great for your spouse or your significant other to know that you can be independent when I'm not around.
Right.
But nobody wants to get that
Yeah,
same.
you can't be in a partnership or a unionship and always bragging that you're independent. Like that was cool when you were solo, and I feel like
Or even when I'm not around.
Yeah,
When
but I'm
when
not
you go to work,
directly. I'm not relating the two. But since like once you have the rise of the strong, independent, I don't need a man, woman. What do you start to see? Like we got more single parents, less marriages. I mean, the stats will show you Black women are not getting married. Like,
But that's
But
not
there's a
the
reason
cause.
for
But that's not
that.
the cause because of
why is it
that.
that the call?
It's
Y'all
because
pushing
men
y'all.
are not doing what they're supposed to do.
Cool. Yeah, but y'all are
Ouch.
pushing at the same time. Y'all pushing them in a way, so y'all can't complain. At one point, you can't complain and always brag how you don't need a man, and then when that man gets married by the Beckys or the Lisas, y'all can't then say, "Oh well, y'all not marrying Black women. Y'all pushing us away."
We want
Yeah,
Black
but
men.
you
Well,
We
need
stop
want a
pushing
man.
us
We don't
away
need
then.
one. We want one.
Cool, but then other women. But the thing is, these other women are not telling Black men that. You
We're
get
not
what I'm
telling
saying?
because they don't
either.
have our experiences. We need to caution
We're not telling
ourselves
them that either.
against like comparing ourselves to other communities, because other communities do not have our experiences.
Right.
White women do not have our experiences. Indian women, Asian women, they do not have our experiences as Black women living in the Black community. So to directly compare us, which I don't even think is fair to directly compare Black men to white men, because you'll see a lot of women and be like, well, white men don't do this and white men don't do that.
we're already
But-
getting compared to what your mother and your father's been through. Like that
they're
man,
Black.
as a Black man, I'm already your father, what your father was to your mother. So if you do have, if you grew up in a household with a father, most likely you're gonna have that respect for men because you had that man in there.
But
But
I'm
if you don't, I'm already tainted.
But I'm talking about
I'm coming in at a
comparing
disadvantage.
from race to race. I'm not talking about comparing your partner to your family member or your friend or whoever you're comparing to. I'm talking about comparing the Black experience to the experiences of other races. It is not the same, and I don't really think that it's fair to compare Black men or women to white people, because they are. It's different. It's complete. I don't really have to go through the reasons of why.
But I
it's so
think what he
different,
was
but it
saying
is.
was basically us being Black women being so independent and pushing a Black man away. He goes to another race of woman to date and be with, because she's not gonna be as independent as us. I think that's along
Yeah,
the
exactly.
line.
I don't know.
But that's
of
an
what
excuse
he was
to
saying.
me.
But what I think it is like because they even like trailer trash, Indian trash, Black trash, it's all the same. We just are not familiar with other cultural communities, ghettos, if you want to call it. We don't know. All white people are not held to a certain stature. All Indian people, Asian people, they have ghettos too. We're just not familiar with what they go through. They more so familiar with us because that's another topic. I'm not about to
I don't
get
know.
into.
I was raised in a two-parent
Balance.
household.
So
my parents were
balance.
married. My grandparents was married till death did them part.
Mm.
So from my experience, I'm independent because I have to, not because I want to be. Do I want a man? Yes, I want a man, but no one's been
Independent. That's just called being.
No one's
That's called being
doing
an
things.
adult, though. Like,
Worthy.
Yeah, I'm just doing
I'm
adult
independent as
stuff.
well, but I'm not going
Exactly.
to constantly brag to you. Imagine you on a date. I keep telling you, yo, I'm strong, independent. I don't need no woman. I
Yeah,
gotta
that's
constantly
it.
reassure you that I don't need a woman. How would that make you feel?
Exactly.
How would that
No,
make
I
you? How would that
understand
make you feel?
Yeah.
Don't come
But I don't think
I mean,
women do that
I've
though.
never,
Do they?
don't
I've
think
never
women do
done
that?
that, and
Not
I
a
don't
lot.
know any
Some.
woman that has sat on a date and been like, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of
But
far-fetched.
You've
to
had
me.
that?
This
You've
what I'm
You've
here
had that
for.
experience?
I have it.
You really? I've never
I've been in
had.
relationships
I've never.
with women and they say I don't need a man. I'm with them.
Yeah, so
But
I'm
that's
like,
because
God
you
damn it.
probably did something to make her upset.
When I'm upset,
Right.
you never hear a man ever in your life say, I don't need a woman. We love women.
No, y'all
When did
We
you
might-
ever hear
we-
that?
we-
When
I
did
like
you ever hear
boys.
that?
We might say.
Whoa.
What
See
you
how
say?
he tried to
She said.
y'all show it by your actions. We might say it by our words, but our actions say that we need and we want you.
We long
Men
for y'all. Come on.
Show
You
it
do?
by their y'all actions say y'all don't need us. Y'all
Alright.
words will never say what y'all
Alright, but
actions
Y'all
say.
treat us
Would y'all-
supposedly.
Would
like,
y'all agree?
Yeah.
Would y'all agree that there's relationship behavior and behavior that shouldn't be brought into a relationship?
Of course.
All right. So on that list, why is that attitude not in the relationship behavior? Like, why do you feel like it's necessary to bring that in a relationship?
It's
I
not
don't feel
necessary.
like it's
not.
necessary.
What a lot of women do.
I don't know.
I
You gotta ask
can't-
them. I don't think it's necessary. You gotta
But
ask them.
but okay, y'all can answer this one.
For a woman.
Y'all can
but we're
answer
talking
this,
about
right?
the symptoms.
I love black men and we long for black men and
The term
but do I need one? No.
I'm strong, independent, don't need no man is synonymous with what ethnic group of women?
African
Okay,
American
but we
black
have a
sisters.
different experience, and I think that we're talking about the symptoms and not really attacking the disease here. The reason why women feel that, why Black women feel that we have to be hyper independent. That if once we get rid of those situations, which it'll take decades. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
in our
it
generation,
would
it's
take
so many.
lifetime.
But there's so many things that cause that attitude within us.
That's fair.
So it's like we keep talking, like I said, about the symptom, but we're not attacking the disease. How about we talk about the disease and say, all right, what are the reasons that you women feel that you have to be hyper independent? What's making you feel like you don't need a man?
Right.
And let's have that conversation and then get to changing the behavior because there's pathology behind it.
Right.
And we can't ignore that.
So we're gonna talk about solutions later on in the show. But Arthur, can you play the second clip for me?
You see a black woman with a white man, that look like love. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not going out his way to prove that he likes black people, and she's not going out her way to be whiter or to act according to his race. But when you see a black man with a white woman, it's weird because you see them like altering personalities. She's trying to either be black or trying to express how much she likes black people, or he's trying to be white in some capacity or close to it. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? I feel like black women and white men together, that's true love. If you see them together, they really do like each other.
This is gonna be a double standard, and don't be mad at me. So when I see a black woman with a white man, a black woman with a white man or any ethnicity that's non-black, I don't really take it offensive. We've had interracial relationships in my family, mostly like black women with white men, like my great grandmother and one of my cousins, and they were so cool. They treated us great. I didn't really see race when it came to them. I don't necessarily like black men with non-black women. You're black, your mama black, your grandma black, everybody is black, okay?
Real question. Out of all interracial relationships, black women with white men tend to be the best combination and have the longest marriages.
So, I mean, there's a lot to dissect here, right? Do y'all think there's a double standard when it comes to black men and black women dating outside their race?
Yeah, because we do it for different reasons, I feel like.
What do you feel like the reasons are? When a black woman dates a white man or date outside her race, not even just a white man, what do you feel like the difference are compared to when a black man does it?
A lot of times it's because we haven't found an eligible partner or marriageable partner within our own community. So then we have to expand our horizons and date outside the race or risk.
Why is that different from when a black man does it?
Because clearly when a black man does it, his mama is black, his grandmother black. That's just like it's
because
weird,
black
like, you know what I
men,
mean?
there's more
Some.
eligible Black women available to eligible Black men. You guys we outnumber you. So, like, it's.
But you saying they eligible based on your standards, not based on what we're looking for. You basing that based on what you think we're looking for.
And that's why.
Yeah,
And you
and
can't
it
find that
should-
in none of the girls that's in your community.
I never said you couldn't, but you don't meet every girl in your community. You feel me?
But that's why she said what he said is right. Yes, it is a double standard.
Right.
She didn't disagree with that. It is a double standard. We are all clear on that.
Right.
Okay.
So what? But do you, it's just crazy that you would try to justify it like, oh well, there is no.
I think it's
like,
it's not a
eligible.
I don't want to say what I want to
justification,
say.
it's
'cause I don't know how to
facts.
say it.
But the reason I asked that is because you say you think we do it for different reasons.
You
So
do.
that's why I asked that question.
And
Yeah, you
sometimes,
do,
and sometimes
because
it's not eligible.
There's
It's just,
a lot of other things too.
Don't you guys talk about submission all the time? And Black women are not submissive, and we're not this, and we're not that, and
Right,
but we
that's,
could
you
but
know,
that's
and
a,
that's the reason
You
why
really don't like us.
we
but that's a
Oh my God, and I really don't like us.
that's but you see, this is what I'm saying. Submission is a quality that makes you eligible. That's what men are looking for.
But why should I just
Say
submit
that.
to anybody?
Really,
As a woman of
but
means,
really quickly, you heard of the term "happy wife, happy life." Most men submit to their wives when they get married because they let the wife control everything.
That's
So
true.
you can't commit to me or submit to me in a relationship. I'm submitting to you when you're my wife.
No, you got
submission comes
Well,
when a
I mean,
person
that's
is
what
loved
I'm saying.
properly.
No.
All right,
I'm just saying that's a huge
and,
term that people go through.
You have
what
to
you're
earn
saying is it can be an issue because Black women talk about there's this selective submission, like selective femininity, selective submission. Like, so a man has to qualify, do X, Y, and Z in order for them to behave instinctually. You would just think that woman just behave feminine, whatever the case is. So
It depends on the man.
So exactly. So if you're saying that women need to be selectively feminine for God, for them, these other women aren't necessarily saying I have to be. They're just naturally feminine, peaceful. Like they already.
So
feel
who's married
these lists.
here?
Huh?
Who's married here? You're married? Are you married?
No.
Are you married? Nobody's married.
But I'm
okay. So you guys haven't found. It's fair to assume that none of you have found
That's
the
fair.
right submissive partner in another community. What's the reason for that?
Well, who said we was looking in other communities?
damn sure.
Okay,
We never
so
said
why are
we
we
was
having
like-
this
we never said-
conversation then?
because of the double standards, like women will big up other. I've seen it. Women all the time will big up other women for getting a white man. Oh, girl, you got your white man.
It's more than that.
There's whole communities on YouTube with Black women, divestment communities, where they're telling other Black women,
oh yeah,
y'all gotta act like y'all don't see it, cool, but they're promoting this lifestyle to other women. Girl, leave these dusties alone.
Yeah,
so like again, you guys, not all of y'all, but some of y'all are pushing us away to the point where y'all acting like y'all don't want us. We're dusties, we're broke.
And
We love
burning our
y'all.
character.
No, we
Really
love
say
y'all. We
something.
love y'all. You know what it really is? It's just it depends on depending on the type of man you are, depends on the type of woman that you qualify for, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of people, and I don't treat people based on their income. I treat people based on who they are and what they show me.
Good
But
for
however, in a relationship and when you're married in a relationship, we got to survive. So yeah, you're cute and we can have a good time. But when we get into a relationship, we got to get these bills paid. And that's the last thing that we need to be arguing about is about how we're going to get these bills paid, right? So what we need is a man that's going to be able to either be in a partnership with me so that we can get these bills paid, build on our, future or whatever with the kids. Because if you can't afford even just to help take care of me, how are we going to take care of our children?
Of
How we going, where we going to live?
Yeah,
Where am I going to bathe at? So it's a little bit more than...
you're saying that a man of another race.
No, we're not talking
Can't-
about I'm talking about the Black community. A lot of times
Okay.
he said something about Dusty. Don't get these Dusties, go out and get you a white man. A lot of times it's two things. One, the way that the financial situation works. A lot of Black women, we're doing our thing. Now there are a lot of Black men that are doing their thing, but a lot of times they're dropping the ball and they're letting the women do so much of the work. And y'all just chilling.
But
you
y'all
think
want
that
us to
you
be
cute,
feminine.
you cute, you doing all this other stuff, and you think that you got it. I'm cute, I'm nice. She should submit to me because there's less of me and there's more of her. So she need me. She want to procreate. I can give her this
I think
false
y'all
illusion.
more focused on the dude that's cute and rather than the man that has.
No, I would take a man that
Y'all want the dude that looks cute and sitting up in your couch, and that's the flaw. You get what I'm saying?
I think this.
I want a man that's emotionally intelligent first. Emotional intelligence first, and means to provide for a family second. Those are the two major things. And in my book, if I'm looking to be with this man long term, it's not all about, and how he looks. That's very superficial, and that's
instant gratification. We're not looking for that, and that's the problem. If I was looking for instant gratification, I would probably have a better life. I would probably be in a better situation. But because I'm looking for something a little bit more in depth, it gets harder and harder. And we can't just take you because you black and you work at Amazon. It's not gonna work.
It's
not gonna work because we need there's other things.
With that same sentiment, right? You're saying that there isn't enough qualified black men, apparently, is what y'all saying, right?
Right.
Okay, but black men can also say there's not enough qualified black women.
That's not true.
Yeah,
that's true. That's not true. I don't know which one. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's not true.
There seems to be a disconnect.
There's a lot of us, though. But I said
what she's about to say, I already know
what
what she's about to say. She's going to say that's not true because she's going to say black women have education and money. Men do not care. We keep telling y'all that. That's another thing.
Why don't you care? Y'all can't live on your own. A lot of y'all.
Can you support my lifestyle, your lifestyle, a family's lifestyle, and give me a better lifestyle than what I can support on my own?
But the thing is,
and do it on your own salary.
How many women has degrees and don't want to work?
Right.
That's the first thing y'all say.
It doesn't matter.
Your degree is a piece of paper. It's bragging rights. It's bragging rights at the end of the day.
I mean, with my career, I don't mind. I'm a nurse. I'm a registered nurse. I work in the ER. I work very hard. I don't have the willpower to work very hard and then come home and have to work very hard at home. I gotta pick where I gotta
do that
hard.
too.
But here's the thing.
No, because I'm gonna make the home easier for you. That's the whole point of me. See, y'all don't know the purpose of a woman. So when you come home, even though I'm working hard, I'm gonna still make sure that house is clean. I'm gonna make sure that you got a cooked meal. I'm gonna make sure you're good.
The balance. It goes back to the balance. This brother just really sat here and said something that we look for. Women want men to communicate to us. We want it, and he just communicated to us that men don't care about.
That's what I'm saying. Men have been telling women what we want. We want feminine, fit, and friendly women.
Yes.
Y'all keep thinking we want degree.
But
no, we don't.
You have to
men have never.
I know that you guys don't want that.
Historically, men have never cared about a woman's earnings.
Going to work.
That's not just black men.
No,
that's not. That's any men, any ethnic.
It's not about that anymore. I think that we have to be in reality, and we have to know that. Especially, we live in New York, right? Everybody here lives in New York. When you live in New York, all that goes out the window. When you live in New York, unless y'all got the money, unless you millionaires and you making a lot of money, you need a woman that's gonna also be able to work. But at the end of the day, I'm not all about my degree. I don't even like to tell people that what I do. I literally, I know that you guys want feminine and fit, so I go to the gym. I know that's what they want. You guys want feminine. You try to work on your tone, work on how you talk to men. The eye contact and how you are respecting yourself. We all know that that's part of it, and we're doing our job. There's a lot of podcasts and there's a lot of forums that women are talking about how to be a better woman for a man. You don't really see that for men.
True.
Whoa.
How to be a better man.
I don't really see a lot of podcasts saying how to be a better man.
No, that's a fair point. I do agree with you. But I think most men understand what women want. I can't say that most women understand what men want.
Yep. Okay, so what do women want?
Women want somebody that's financially stable. They want somebody that's a leader, that protection. Those are the main qualities, right? That women want, just across the board. If I ask y'all right now, what do y'all think men want? Y'all gonna say y'all want somebody that's making money or educated?
No.
Y'all don't know what men want.
Yeah, but we know the femininity. No, the femininity and the fitness, that's given. Femininity, fitness, that's what they've been saying to us all the time. They want a woman that does this and that and submit and cook and clean and do all of this great stuff, and that's great, but
you have to be careful when you say friendly too. You know what I mean? When you say men want a friendly woman as well, you have to make sure you clear that up because you communicate this to other women.
What do you mean by that?
Wait, somebody said friendly?
He did. That was one of the other
y'all don't know about being friendliness?
Yeah, like being nice and
being nice,
pleasant
attitude.
Having a pleasant attitude.
Want no nasty attitude.
I think you mean more pleasant than friendly.
You have to be
pleasant and friendly is two different things.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times, especially nowadays, people associate friendly with being too mixy.
Yeah, you being too mixy.
And I think that
I wasn't thinking that at all.
I know, but a lot of people are like nowadays. You really have to be careful, like she said, because nowadays they take as friendly. There's a lot of people that they're not really nice people. They're just friendly, meaning they want to give and they just want to see what can I know from her.
Right.
What can I take from him?
So friendliness
What
and
can I get from this?
flirting is like
networking. Sometimes friendly people just they're just trying to network, trying to get stuff,
right?
Or they just really mix it. They just want to be in everybody's business so they can know more to tell somebody else. You know. So pleasant, I think, is fair. You know, waking up to a pleasant woman, someone that you like coming home to.
They want good attitudes because
peace. Men want peace. We've been trying to communicate that for the long.
Wait. But you have to have peace within yourself because if you do not have peace within yourself, you will never. There will never be peace with any situation that you're in. So this whole be his peace or be her peace, you can't be anybody's peace. You cannot disturb their peace, but you can't be their peace. They have to have peace within themselves because if they don't have that, then they're going to be a catalyst for destruction. And we don't
I agree
need
with you. That sounds amazing. But I can have all the peace I can in the world. If my woman is coming home constantly nagging and bickering and being unpleasant.
I just said not to disturb I can't be your peace.
Ain't no much meditation I can do.
Your
like,
peace.
But why is she nagging? What's going on?
She back again.
I mean, women are emotional, right?
If you don't do nothing to make her nag, she won't nag.
But I want to say something.
A woman gonna find a reason to nag. Come on, man.
He take out the trash.
That's something going too perfect. She gonna find a reason.
Some women do too much, and I understand that. And I'm not, everybody has to take accountability for what they are responsible for, right? So that's all I'm doing. But as far as a lot of men, I don't know. Like you could be a really nice girl, and it doesn't really get you that far. Either.
It doesn't.
You could say the same thing about
being a nice guy.
And that's just what I'm gonna say. It's all about balance. So we can't sit there and say we want this because when you get that, you don't even know how to treat it.
Women are emotional
beings.
But
I feel like you guys never answered my question about why do average men, and I'm not talking about men that are high value, millionaires, whatever. Why do average men not care about or consider a woman's accomplishments? Because I'm asking, like, what type of lifestyle do you want to live? Because us living on your one salary can be the difference between us living in a 2-bedroom apartment versus a 4-bedroom house. So what I bring to the table, it matters, especially if you need me to contribute in any way, shape, form, or fashion for us to have a better lifestyle. Why would a man on an average salary with an average life not care about what his partner brings to the table?
Because usually women get these degrees and they obtain all this financial wealth, and then they still want a man. They still want to go home and kick their feet up and have the man take care of them. So if you're telling me,
relate.
Are you willing to go? Are you willing to share the financial responsibilities?
Yes,
I'm not even saying 50-50, but I'm just saying, are you willing to share the financial responsibilities?
Yes, I do. I work as hard as I work. I work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. I'm a business owner, and I work as hard as I work, and I open my business for a foundation for a family because that's where, I would like to have a family one day, and I'm like, okay, this is something that can create wealth within my own family. So I'm already thinking ahead before I found a partner to share that with.
You had a 2-parent household?
No, I did not.
All right.
So it doesn't make any sense to me why, like I said, an average man, I can understand a millionaire, a guy that's able to pay for you, 30 kids, whatever you want, have a fly lifestyle, but it's like I just don't get how an average man can say, well, I don't care about your degree, I don't care about your salary, I don't care, because if you need it for us to maintain our lifestyle, then that is something that you should care about. You should want a partner and not a responsibility.
But
part of the list.
That's if most women are willing to be a partner.
Most of them are.
Most of them are.
We got a lot of we interview women for a living. Like,
what type of women?
Exactly.
But they're black women.
No. What type of black women?
No.
There's
not
all kinds.
We have educated women who still want to go home and kick their feet up, and a man pays all the bills.
We had an educated woman in here who said that she don't need a man.
See, exactly. So when she's saying, what's the problem?
Then we have an educated woman that said you got to pay for her babysitter to take out.
Yes, she's a therapist.
She's saying you got to pay for her babysitter to take her out on a date.
Man, listen.
All right, so
she need help. Like,
she's a therapist, and she got a degree.
But she asked for help, and y'all don't want it.
No, she asked for help.
She asked for help. I need a babysitter. You want to take me out? Help me, and we could go out. Now you
You see how you justifying her bullshit? That's shit that we can't deal with as men. Like,
I gotta pay for a baby that
she
had
need
no.
help. She's trying not to be independent. She can't do it.
She better go to her baby father. What they got to do with me?
So now
Like,
you don't want to
what
help.
do you want? Do you want
We're
What
not
do you
shit because we
want?
don't want to do that.
We didn't say that.
Like,
You
I'm
wanna
just
take
really
it
confused about what y'all want
Take that
then.
lady
We're
out there.
Because y'all
confused 'cause y'all
complain when
confused.
I'm confused because y'all complain when a woman is not independent and she wants things from you, and then you complain on the other side of the spectrum when she's
No.
hyper independent.
What?
So what do you?
When
So
she-
what do you want?
You talking about independence in a relationship? If I'm dating you, we're not in a relationship. You can
So
still be
if you're
independent.
dating, that means you don't have to be. You don't have to do anything for the woman. You have to automatically be in a
If
relationship, and then you grant
wait.
all
I'm not
these
taking
things.
nothing for your baby. I don't know you. I'm not even meeting your baby.
Now the first date is crazy.
what-
The first date is crazy.
What kind of impression you setting at the first date? You're asking something for your child.
Word. That's like a man coming up to you. You
At least she letting
educated.
you know.
got
Listen,
your
I got a
business.
kid. I got
Yo, I want to go
bills.
on this date with you, but damn, can you pay for my babysitter?
I
What
mean,
you
this is
gonna
a
say?
ridiculous scenario.
He asked me.
Like,
Yeah, but it's realistic.
very-
It's
real
realistic.
scenario.
I don't understand.
Like,
I can't really.
You asked me to go on a date with you. Why would I pay for your babysitter? Think about that.
so you're saying it's
I didn't
okay?
come to you and say, "Hey, baby, let me take you out on a date. Can you pay for my babysitter?"
So if
no.
I ask you, should I have to pay for yours?
See, that's the thing. Have to is the term. It's
Right.
whether you're willing to is depending on
That
how
shouldn't be
far
a
you get with
question
that woman.
It shouldn't
you
be
didn't-
asked. The audacity, as y'all would say.
I think-
It's audacity.
Yo,
I agree. It's a little. weird.
If you can't afford a babysitter, then your answer should be no. I can't go on a date.
Yeah, I can't. I don't got it right now.
I
Like, I
respect-
don't want
I
nobody
don't
to
have a
watch.
babysitter.
I respect that. I respect that more than
what
you
should-
gotta pay for my babysitter.
What? I see your
Not
face.
you guys.
Like,
I'm just playing devil advocates here. It just doesn't make sense to me because it's like if you really like that woman and she really likes you, and
how we just
That's
met.
where I
we
was
getting
going
to
with
know
that.
each other.
oh, you
But
just
if you
married.
It's
It's
first
about
date.
the first date.
First
Yeah.
date doesn't mean that's the first time you met. A lot of times the first date be the first time you're actually hanging out. Sometimes y'all been talking
Do you know what
for
a
2
woman
and 3
does to
weeks
get ready
or a month,
for
and then
a-
she's like, "Listen, I really
Yeah.
like you. You really like me, but I have a kid. Can you help me pay for this babysitter so we can see where we going?" But y'all taking it as the audacity, and it's like, yo, she really probably just
It
like
is the
you, but
audacity,
she's letting
but-
you know I don't have any help.
I mean, that sounds like a personal problem. You got a whole baby father. You better
Say
yo.
no,
You better take
yes.
that baby to your
He can
baby
say
father.
no,
Like, what
or
you
yes.
doing? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
either that man can say no, I'm gonna pay for. No, I'm not gonna pay, or yes, I am.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then that woman
and when
can
he
make
say
the
no, he
decision.
gon'
Exactly.
he a dusty. He
To move
he broke.
forward.
He this that and the
It
third.
that's ignorant.
But why you so
thinking.
worried
That's
about what they
immature? Not even
think?
ignorant. That's
Who's worried about who think?
immature thinking. You don't have to be immature if you're a grown up. I'm up there in age, so when I date, this is what it is. This is who I really am, and I have to tell you who I am. So you have the option. Look, this is how my situation is set up. If you do want to date me right now, blah blah blah, I do need a babysitter for my kid because I just took $70 and got my nails and my feet done. I just took $200 and got my hair done.
And look,
because
you
I
didn't
want
make
to
that.
make
You didn't
a
take that
good
money out.
impression.
No,
for
That's a
you.
very ghetto scenario.
Yeah.
That's very ghetto.
You want to make
hold on.
who you said my scenario is ghetto?
No.
No, I'm gonna say that scenario. If you got to do all that, you got the money to put aside for all your appearance, and you ain't putting money aside for you to go the fuck out, is a motherfucking
I
problem.
agree.
Y'all would do all that for free to go to a club. Like so.
But what type of
and we
women
got
are
a
you guys
babysitter.
encountering?
I know, like,
I'm very confused.
what are you
That's my
attracting?
pleasure.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not
That's
even
my
New York-
pleasure.
the New York
Let me
women.
ask you a
you need
question,
to
man.
I've never
revamp
heard
your
that.
energy
Hold on,
because
hold on,
you're
hold on.
attracting wrong.
Hold on,
I'm
hold on,
going
hold on.
out for
So if
pleasure
I-
with my friends.
So if
to
a
the
guy
club.
came to y'all, right? Like, oh yo, I want to take you out, but I just need some extra money for my babysitter. How was that to you?
He can't
Absolutely
say
not.
that.
Okay, so no, she's saying, okay, look.
You
So if
not
you ask
listening.
me out, and I'm like, yo, I'll go out with you, but I need that babysitter paid.
There we go. Then I have
That's-
the option.
yeah.
There go the scenario. Now he's listening. I
What?
can say, listen, baby, I'm interested in you. I got to get to know you first before I take on any kids. Or I could say, yo, I really like you.
I'm like, yo,
I got
she
some
dusty.
extra-
Fuck it.
No, I'm giving you both.
No, that's
Yeah.
how they should.
You have the choice.
I'm
You
giving
have
a
the choice.
Like a
It's
grown,
either yes
mature.
or no.
And look,
Hell
this
no.
the manipulation.
That's
This the manipulation.
I ain't
power
doing
of
it.
women.
I'm like, he
Because y'all
dusty.
know 9 out of 10, y'all don't ask a motherfucker out. So y'all use that
Shitting me.
scenario because y'all
Shitting
don't
me.
have to ask us out. We try to court you.
Exactly.
A woman never asked you out. Say that. Don't
Plenty
say
of women.
y'all.
I ain't gonna hold you. Women was tricking
Most
on
women
you. So,
don't
I mean,
ask men out. though.
Tricking. Wow.
Yeah.
We
tricking.
don't.
Exactly.
We gotta really
So
be
you
interested
bringing up
in you.
so you bringing up the scenario that happens like 0.5% of the time.
But why?
But
We
this
gotta really be
scenario that you
interested.
guys brought up can't happen that often.
Yeah,
I don't
this is
see
very
it.
ghetto.
It's too ghetto, and I'm just not.
There's a
I
lot
can't
of single
subscribe
moms
to
out there.
it.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
about
but
that,
I know a lot of single moms, and not one of them have ever asked. My mom being one of them, never has she asked a man to pay for a babysitter to watch me. I just think that that's a little far fetched. I mean, I'm not saying you guys have never experienced
Maybe it's the
it,
millennials. I don't know.
but
Maybe it's the
it's
errors. I don't know.
No, it's
I
the
just
area.
could not imagine.
It's the area in which you're getting them.
Yeah, I think before we
Yeah,
go
it
off this
has-
topic, and then we're gonna go straight
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
topics came. I just think men have always been programmed to like that's the three things that the baseline of what men want: femininity, fit, and friendliness.
But why is that the only thing? Why do you
That's
guys
just
limit?
how we've been. Just like she said, why is the modern average man asking? Don't care about the accomplishments. Why is that modern woman asking for a man that's 6 figures? Like y'all not in a bracket, but y'all not stopping
Speak for
yourselves.
yourself.
Okay, we talk about average women, like you know what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
let's
yeah.
When you pointed out
That's
average,
why
Yeah, that's what I'm
men
saying.
don't
We didn't
take
dismiss
any-
it.
That's
Like, yo,
average
that's-
in New
don't
York.
care
6
either.
figures
A
in New
man-
York is
You gotta make 6 figures.
You
in New
doing
York to
all
make
right?
it.
Like you not starving
can't-
in New
you
York.
can't-
74% of black women make less than $50K a year. Like,
Say
so
that.
I don't
I know.
Say
understand.
that.
Well, y'all cool. Y'all two might be the exception, but black women
we know the
on
majority.
average,
We know
I'm not saying
the-
nothing about
black
my
women on
finances.
average do not
Nobody's
make that type of
business.
money. Like y'all got all these degrees, cool, but y'all also do have the most amount of debt. Like, so we can
but
also
that
talk about that
doesn't-
as well.
Ooh.
But there's other factors. Once again, we're talking about the symptoms and not the disease. There's other factors. Men are still
So
paid more than women.
So when you're saying why don't we care about your accolades? Because that's just how men have always been programmed. Women are trying to push back so much on what men want and be like, yo, y'all shouldn't want that. Y'all should want what we want. And men, that's not how it works.
But
So-
I'm
saying if
fine.
you
Like I
need,
said, I
if
don't
you
even tell
need
people
my
that.
assistance, my thing is if you cannot afford to support your lifestyle, my lifestyle, and a potential family's lifestyle, then I'm not saying that you have to be over the moon about my accomplishments, but I'm saying that is something
No, it's
in
cool.
a
We're gonna
partner
applaud
that
you.
you can
Mhm.
not
Right.
to applaud if you need my help. If you're saying
I don't need your help. We're doing this for each other. Why do
Yeah.
I need your help? We're a team.
Yeah, that's
But
the
that-
way
but
you
but
the
it's
way
saying
you're
it's
saying
two
it.
people.
Men
I
don't like
It's
that.
not like yo, I need you to help me
Yeah,
pay
I'm
the
not
rent.
begging you.
Right.
Like,
No, we are a team.
You don't have to beg
Yes.
me. If we have a mortgage that we have to pay and your
But you said, I
salary
need your
alone,
help.
you
We
do.
Oh,
need
shit.
each other's
Okay,
help.
we
that
need
sounds
each
better.
other.
That
That
sounds
is
better. Like,
key.
yeah.
That's
Okay,
key.
we need
Look, and then you want a man to
Oh,
respect
man.
that? Get the
Oh,
fuck out of here.
man.
I think
No,
everything
we
is
need
about
each other.
balance. I think a lot of people, we forget our roles. As a
Balance.
woman, you need to play your woman role. And this is why I say, even though, yes, I have a job, I don't go out and tell people, oh, hey, I got a job. I make this amount. It's none of their business. I want them to see the woman in me and not what I do. Because that's another thing. A lot of men, when they know you have money or they know you have a job, they try to use you. That's straight
I
up.
mean, a lot of women try
And
to
they
use
don't
men
really
too.
like you. And they
Like,
don't really like
And
you.
so, and they don't really like
Because you don't need
Y'all
them.
acting like women don't
Men
lead
like-
men on. A lot of women
But we're
lead
not talking
men
about
on.
leading on. I'm just talking about a circumstance here. I'm just saying it's all about your playing your role. I know my role as a woman. I play it. Has it gotten me anywhere? I'm not married. So there's something else going on.
Do you want to be married?
I do want to be married.
Okay. Do you want to be married?
I do.
Do you want to be?
I'm divorced.
You're
So
She did it.
yeah, I'm
She's a goat.
so I
Let's
see
hear
this.
about. We need
No,
to
I'm not
listen
getting
to you.
into none of that. But what I'm just saying is men always run from a woman who is overly independent. I don't care. An average man is always gonna want someone who's on their level. The higher your level, the higher you're dating. That's why I always tell people I'm working on myself. The better I am, the better I attract.
Yes.
Me saying that I have a degree or I got the finest, a man he gonna dismiss me.
Right.
He's
Not because he's intimidated about where your status or your level is.
right.
I just want to make sure, like,
Yeah, 'cause
It's about how you're
I just
coming
wanna
with
make-
you. Yeah.
Because he's gonna be like, oh, this is what she about.
Yeah.
But a man, he probably got a high school diploma and you got an associate's degree, whatever. He's not gonna care about that. He's
Right.
gonna
We're still
care
proud
about
of you.
you.
We're proud of all
Right.
women that get there.
It's not that he's not proud, but he cares about you, how you treat him,
How you
how
gonna
make
treat
him
him?
feel,
Yeah.
how you
That's
go
another
around,
thing
how
too.
the
Women that
attitude
usually
is.
obtain a certain level of like degree.
They look
There's a
good.
certain
Look,
there's a
it's
certain
nice.
amount of combativeness. There's a certain amount of masculinity as far as as far as competition. They always trying to compete with you.
I think it's the competition.
Y'all not willing
thing.
to let a man lead because
Yes.
y'all are in a business place where y'all have to be the leaders. So now you
No,
coming
I don't
home-
want to be a leader. I don't
No,
want to
not you. I'm just saying in general.
Women.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
not all women.
Okay.
I'm not
Just
saying
women.
all
Yeah,
women.
just say
Just
something. 'cause
general.
I'm like,
I'm not saying all women, but sometimes when you have that you had to climb up that corporate ladder. So all you know is how to compete.
You gotta
know
turn
what I
that
mean?
shit off at the
Right,
crib.
So
yeah.
you
Yeah,
don't,
you
you
gotta
really
turn it
don't
off.
know how
Yeah.
to turn that off. Like
I was
a
gonna
man
say
is,
that
if a man
earlier.
is trying to give you some direction or trying to lead you in a way, you're gonna take that as, oh, he thinks I'm weak. He's trying to challenge me. I'm not gonna.
I got here like
Yeah,
this.
like,
No, we
you know
like
what I mean?
women
Like,
I think
always
women love
scream.
leaders. We love leaders,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
the thing is, a lot of
Women
men
always scream.
like you haven't shown us that we could trust you. It's
No.
the
I don't even
trust.
think y'all would even
You
let us.
bringing
Y'all never
you
even.
bringing something else into it. Now you bringing trust into it. Women always scream they want a leader. They want a leader, but then don't allow that man to lead.
Thank you.
I
Y'all
promise
haven't seen it in
y'all.
your household. Y'all never seen your mama do this. Y'all haven't seen this growing up. Most women haven't seen, because of obviously the circumstances she was talking about. But y'all have never been in a position to see a black male authority in your lives. So of course, y'all not just gonna switch your flip on like y'all grew up with your mom.
I guess, yeah.
You came in a two-family
I
household.
came
so,
into and my dad was very strict, very manly,
so
very
that's
like,
different. But
so
most
I don't
women
know.
and
Yeah.
men are coming in single-family households, and obviously that's due to the fathers not being in there. And fathers got to do better.
Yeah.
But there's also circumstances like the father might have died, went to jail,
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
falsely accused. The court system. There's a lot of things that play a factor into it. Like,
Absolutely.
and I feel like the thing that's what we need most in our community is black families. Like, that's
Yeah.
the
That's true.
nuclear
That's the-
family.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
that. We're going away
Yeah.
from it, and
Yeah.
we're seeing the results of it. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's
We're
hurting our
falling.
community.
But
How do we bring that back?
communication is key here. I like to communicate with a person that I'm interested in, and I like to ask them, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want in a woman? That's something that I've asked multiple times, and I think that that's a really important question. And I feel like both parties should ask each
Both
other
parties,
that.
yeah, that's fair.
Because me coming from a single parented home, you're right, I didn't have that male leadership. Like I don't have any brothers or anything like that. So I've never really experienced that. And I kind of had to maneuver my way through the dating world and go through my experiences and learn them by being in those experiences.
Right.
So, I don't discount that, me personally, I may be a little like, in that area, but I'm learning. And like I said, communication for me personally is key, to be able to ask them, what do you expect of me? And we should be able to have that exchange. And that's like really important.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which brings me into my topic. How can black men and women fix the malice that's separating the black community?
Respect.
Malice is when I looked at that question and I defined malice is the intent to evil. You get what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with somebody who's intentionally out to do evil, you will never fix a situation.
And you think that's what's going on in the black
I
community?
just think that malice isn't. For that question, I can't really, because the word malice threw the whole question off for me.
How can we fix the problems then? Like that separates us.
Communication. We have to emotional intelligence was something that you said that's very important.
Yeah.
When you speak to a black brother, he's not really emotionally attached for whatever reason. Father figure out there. Same goes for a woman. We are more so because of our mothers. Then if a man is his mama,
and women don't give men that space to be emotionally vulnerable, because the minute he shows emotions, y'all look at him as weakness. Like there's a level of weakness y'all see
from other men.
Yeah, that comes mainly from
that's
other
women.
men.
I think that came
I
from.
grew up
hold
from my
on.
mother who told me I couldn't cry.
I
You
think
get what I'm
that
saying?
came. I think that started with
But don't
other
be
men,
hurt by what your mother
and
did
then women.
Yeah,
poured into the
project
community.
I
that.
just gave y'all an
adapted
example of
to
how a
it.
woman doesn't allow the man
This is
to
what I'm
share his
saying.
emotions. Y'all already just denied
when a
me
man
of
is trying to
sharing
share
my
his emotions, y'all
You just
dismiss it.
canceled me expressing my feelings.
No, we didn't cancel it.
You
We're
did.
just saying
Don't be triggered about what your mother did.
No, I'm
That's-
saying just
that's-
don't project that onto a
But
woman because we may want
it's
you to cry.
therapy.
No, but like I said, I'm giving you the very start of a trauma for me. And you're already saying, well, don't do it to every... That's like saying, don't think every man is going to cheat on you.
But you guys do say things like that. Don't judge me based
we're not
on
going to
the trauma
invalidate
that
each
you've
other's
been
feelings.
through.
I'm sorry, we're not going to invalidate each other's feelings. So we understand where you're coming from.
I appreciate
and
that.
we hope that you get help for that because
Thank
we
you.
really,
No,
see, she made it seem
no, because
it's
you
not
just
how
came.
it
I
was.
wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
We to answer his question. It has to be unification. It has to be communication. It has to be everybody putting their real emotions on the table. You have to know what you want. We have to come together.
Yeah.
You can't go. It's just a whole that question right there is a whole hour-long topic.
That's a fact.
More
There's
than
so
that.
much to dissect, and that's an important topic to me. That's why that question was the most important question on that page. But it's so much to that question.
Definitely.
But we
our
have to
community.
We have to
agree on what the
dissect it.
issues are, though. I feel like you can't fix the problems if us as a community, Black men and Black women, don't agree on what the issues are. We have to first establish what those issues are, and then we can go about attacking
Find
them.
the
But we
solutions,
have
like,
to agree. Like,
I mean,
with us
that-
doing
that-
all the pointing fingers, no, it's you, and it's you,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
accountability,
that's what I
and
was saying.
all of
Yes.
the, like, pointing fingers.
That's a big thing too. Accountability.
Yeah, accountability.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody has to be accountable. Accountability is
Definitely.
not one side. We all have to own up to what we do to contribute to the nonsense that we face within this community. We lack solidarity. That's just what it is. We lack solidarity
That's a big
amongst
fact.
amongst each other.
Mhm.
Period.
Mhm.
So I feel like once we agree on what the issues are, then we could start talking about how to fix them.
Valid.
Well said. Well said. Well said.
Hey, what about you? Same thing?
Yeah, I think we just need to learn how to respect each other and go to therapy and figure out what it is that our mothers and dads did to us, or our uncles and grandfathers did to us, or what we've seen in the media, and strip our brains from that, and then so that we can progress with love. And I think we just don't have enough love in our community, and I think everything is about money and power and
That's what I-
material. And I think we need to go focused onto love and get God back.
That's true.
I brought
Put
it
God
in, and
first.
I putting God first and putting it in the community, and that will be the key for me.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree. I feel like another thing we have to push too is marriage, like in our community. Like, you know what I
True.
mean? Like single parent households, we have to stop. Like, and I know single mothers is like a very broad term. Like, you could be a single mother for a lot of reasons. Like, you get what I'm saying? So just because y'all not together, automatically you would be a single mother. But that doesn't mean the father is still not there co-parenting, right? So that
Right.
term is very like broad. Like, it's just like a vague term almost. But I don't hear nobody talking about marriage. If anything, it's unfortunate, but people don't, in our community, we're not seeing the value of marriage anymore. A lot more women rather focus on their careers, and I don't even want to get married. Men are the worst. Men are the same thing. Oh, a woman is
Only want me for my money.
Yeah, only a woman for my money. She's just another bill I gotta take care of. She's gonna leave. She's gonna 80% of the time she's gonna file for divorce. If I lose my job, God forbid, she's gonna leave me. So there's a lot of things that go through men's mind of like, yo, I'd rather just be out here in these streets or be dating, like, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, men are still getting the same benefits. Like, you know, marriage, like childbirth used to be for like marriages. Like, you get what I'm saying? Now everybody's popping out.
That.
Everybody's popping out children.
We're allowing people to utilize our womb that don't deserve it or haven't committed to us for that.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of it is us. And like I said, accountability is number one. And I could say that we have made it very easy for men.
We have. That's the truth. Whew. Because not requiring marriage.
Yeah,
We
I
have
ain't gonna hold you.
ourselves to blame for that one.
Would y'all consider getting married without the papers, like legal papers?
I don't think that's marriage then. I think we're just playing
No.
house and we have cute rings.
You seem like a woman of faith, but marriage is just it should just be a contract with you and God,
It
right?
is.
It
So
is.
the piece of paper shouldn't really matter. It's not like
Should
God
it
is
matter?
signing it. It's not
No,
like God
it
is
shouldn't
signing
matter. But when we start talking about it, like being married under God and being married under your state is two different things. If you're married under God, that's when you could get the cute rings. You could be in the same house. You could play house, but you don't really have a commitment to each other. Now, when we start getting married from the state, now there's a commitment. Now we have bills together and we have taxes together. And now
You
we
got
have
all
a
that
lot
shit
of things.
Credit
without
cards
that?
together.
No, because it's
last
different.
name.
Even with
all that without being
No,
married.
my
Yeah.
last name cannot be your last name without that piece of paper
Yeah.
from the state.
That's
So
true.
you can't change your name without being married?
No,
No.
not to my husband.
You
husband.
could.
Your boyfriend's name?
You could.
You
You
have
can.
I thought you
Yeah.
have a limit when you're a child. You have up until a certain amount of time as a child when you're first born. You have to get a name, and if you don't get a name, your name is male or female.
I'm pretty sure people do name changes.
And after
They
that,
walk
you
throughout
could,
their life.
you could change
Yeah,
your
but
name.
that's a hassle. That's a court
You could
hassle.
change your
Come on,
name,
let's
but
be
it's just
realistic.
saying that
You
it's
gotta go to court.
there's a lot of. Don't you want your kids to have your last name and
As they should.
My whole thing is give me that piece of paper because, baby,
we love you. I
if
want
I have to take
yeah.
care of you,
Mhm.
wipe your ass, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Pick up your throw up,
Mhm.
feed you, all that. If anything happened, I want security. Yes,
And I don't want to get
insurance
dark.
money.
Like she said, I don't want to be.
I'm insurance money.
I don't want to. I don't want to be. Yeah, exactly. I don't
So
want to get
marriage is
dark.
just an insurance policy.
No, it's not.
Yes,
It's an insurance
contractual.
policy. No, it's not.
She said no.
It's
She
more
said
than
yes.
that.
I'm telling the truth. It's security policy.
But why is this a debate? Like, why would it, if it's just a piece
Because
of
I
paper,
feel-
why do men fight so hard against it?
Okay, speaking of piece of papers, if he
Good-
asks for a
good
prenup,
one.
would that be fair?
Yeah, that would be fair because I'm making him sign one.
Depends.
No, I'm kidding.
Why not? Why
But
not?
that's what I'm saying. Now that women are in positions of financial power, now they understand where men are coming from when we say, you know
We've
what?
been shitted on every time we brought
Every
that
time
up.
that's y'all don't love the woman, but y'all have no problem with no
I have
guilt
no
in y'all
problem.
heart saying, yes, I want you to sign this prenup. And the guys ain't gonna push back on that. But if a guy told you, yo, sign this prenup, oh no, I need my security.
You don't
Like,
really
I'm
love
not
me.
gonna lie.
You love
I'm
me.
not gonna lie. And I don't want a prenup.
Yes.
I think that it's just too much going on. If I love you and you love me until death do us part, that's it.
That's it.
Now, why do we need a prenup? Because you're already
People still
planning
get
that we're gonna.
divorced? What do you
No,
mean
but
death
you're
do
already
us
putting
part?
it in your mind.
It
It's
also
not
say
gonna
for
work.
richer or for poor,
You
and
gotta
the number
cross that
3 reasons
bridge.
for divorce is finances, and that's because
And
of
this
the
is
women
why-
are filing for divorces. Like, so y'all can't pick and
But a
choose
lot-
when
but
y'all
you-
want to listen to the Bible and for
No.
like,
Oh,
to-
Lord.
like, you know what
No,
I'm saying?
it's
Like,
not about. But I just said till death do us part. That's throwing the Bible. And then we don't
They
do
say
divorces
that, but
in
they
there.
still divorce a
But-
dude.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't think a prenup is necessary because I'm already going in the back of my mind saying that, oh, this probably not going to work out, and you going in with that subconscious, this
No,
might
I
not
feel
work
like
out,
that's
so
an
let me
excuse.
get this.
Yeah, marriage
whatever, but-
is also a business, right? Y'all.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
but
I
I'm
agree.
not
Yes,
opposed
yes.
to a prenup. I'm just saying, like, if my husband comes to me and says, "Hey, I want a prenup," will I sign it? Yeah, I would
but
sign
it
it.
doesn't-
But do I want one? No, I don't think it's unnecessary.
I mean, remember, you guys get to decide what's on this paper. So it's not like he's saying, like, I'm leaving you with shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could say, hey, I want the house, whatever it is. So it's not just like, I'm a shit on you.
Yeah.
So you
Contract.
Y'all gotta agree to both of them.
It's a
I don't want you to
contract.
assume
Yeah.
that he just already making a get out of free jail
But that's
card.
what it is.
It's not because
like-
you guys
I
are
don't think so.
negotiating
Yeah.
how things, if
Yeah, you need an attorney, and
happens.
you need your own attorney, and he needs
Now,
his
if we're
own
coming
attorney,
up with
and then y'all gotta come
if
up
we
with.
coming up with a prenuptial agreement together,
That's
that's
the
different.
point.
But
How
a
it
lot of
works.
times that's
Nah,
not what
that's
goes
not
on.
always
A
the
lot
case.
of
That's
times
when you're
they're
talking
saying,
about-
"Here, this is the prenup. You got to sign
That's
this."
because
that's
he's
not-
a
that's not-
basketball
that's not
player
true.
and you Molly
not
from
true.
up the block. That's different.
That's not true.
A prenup is a prenup.
Anytime
is a
you
prenup.
sign a prenup, you have to have an attorney. If not, then they're gonna say emotional distress. Y'all need both attorneys. Y'all have to have your own attorneys, and y'all both have to sign it. Like, yeah,
But what
it
you
Yeah,
shouldn't
you
just
both
be
have
like.
to sign it, but a
saying
lot
is-
of times it's already written up,
Yeah,
and you
she's-
have to come with
yeah.
your lawyer and say, "Are we going to agree to every single bullet point?"
And you can say
And
no.
you can say no.
And then now we don't got
no.
enough, and now we fighting,
I'm assuming
and now we
that
not getting married.
I'm assuming that when a man wants a prenup because he makes a lot of money, right? And that
Protect
makes
his
the
assets,
woman,
like-
so that makes the woman feel, oh, he thinks I doesn't. I'm just assuming this, right? Oh, he doesn't love me. He doesn't think I love him. He thinks I love his money. Now, when a woman asks a man for a prenup, I'm assuming that man is gonna feel intimidated and might not even want to go forward with the marriage.
Exactly.
The woman is
Shit,
gonna
we don't get
be
that
hurt.
chance.
The woman, I'm saying, the woman is gonna be hurt. Like, he really asked me for a prenup, and the man is gonna be like, this bitch thinks she make more money than me. I don't really even want to fuck with her no more, because that puts him in position once again not to be the leader, not to have the trust, and
Let it
it
go.
intimidating.
Yeah.
Maybe not intimidating, but it's insulting to a
I don't
man.
know.
I don't-
I don't know. A lot of
insulting.
women they know no man that don't make as much as her or more.
Yeah.
Not where I
I've
come
done it,
from,
and
not
I
from
mean,
my community.
yeah, I've done it. It's not, it's definitely looked down upon. Won't recommend. 2 stars.
I mean, men
Very ghetto.
men historically have always dated down, and you don't never see us complaining. Like, so I
'Cause y'all
don't
like
hear
that. Y'all gotta feel
Congratulations to
needed.
y'all.
No, it's not about feeling
Feeling
needed. It's just
needed.
because that's what we prioritize. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's never
I
been what
get
we
it.
prioritize.
But
like,
it's a different outcome. That's the only thing.
Men
But as
go
far
with
as the
peace.
prenup, no, I don't think it's necessary. But if you want to do it, I'm not opposed to it. Because if I love you, I love you. It is what it is. If that's gonna make you sleep at night better, cool.
I mean, I'm not gonna sign it with the intent to just like dip on you, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, but I believe that people, life is volatile, so you never know
And
what
do you
can
guys
happen
believe in
in life.
unconditional love?
No.
Ooh.
I mean,
look, that's
I
the,
mean,
that's the way
it
we're.
Yeah.
depends- it depends on who it
When
comes
you
from.
when you have your first kid, of course.
Only kids and dogs are loved unconditionally.
Exactly. True.
I think you know what? I think it depends on. There's always a breaking point, right? So, like for instance, your man keep cheating on you, right? So you take him back, you take him back, you
Always
take
the
him back,
most
and then you get
extreme,
that
like-
point where you're like, no, you know what? This is over. I feel like there's always a breaking point. I feel like there is always a time where you just went too far and it's a little bit too much. But as your kid could shoot up the whole school. You still gonna love your kid. You're gonna visit him in jail. You're gonna make sure he's good. You're gonna tell your friends that you don't know what got into him. You're gonna make all these excuses. I feel like with your kid, I think that is unconditional love.
So
of
with
course.
that being said, love between two partners. can be conditional.
Which is
Because
why
like she said,
you want a prenup.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
That was my point.
I agree.
That was my
I
point.
can't
Listen,
say I
listen, man.
don't.
We
That was my
got
point.
to get up out of here. Like that
Okay.
we gonna have to put that on the. We gonna have to have part 2, man.
Yeah, this one has to have a part
This
two.
one was a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good conversation. I like a lot of you, man. But
Okay.
anyway, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Any comments y'all got, put them down below. I'd definitely be reading the comments. Be honest with you, I'll be reading the comments. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all disagree, just put them in the comments. Or if y'all agree with something, put them in the comments as well. As always, we got merch, man. Dailyrapupcrew.com. Yeah, cop the merch, man. We working hard to design these shirts for y'all. And make sure y'all subscribe and like us on YouTube, man. We need that support. And let them know where they can follow y'all.
And hit that Cash App, you heard?
Oh, yeah, Cash App, Dailyrapupcrew, real quick
Nice.
plug. Like, let them know where they can follow y'all at again.
Oh, Purple Matter on Instagram, PURPLEMATERR.
And it's Miss Kjane. That's MS_KJOHNE.
You're not going to shout out your business?
No.
Okay.
T, I have my own podcast, Now This Podcast, on Instagram, NOWDISPOD. Hit me up. Let me know.
Yeah.
Make sure you send us that invite, man. So we can
I
plug
think
it.
so.
Yeah.
I think that's a good. I like that.
Yeah,
Good.
definitely.
Y'all said it first, so good.
Appreciate that.
Good.